Hey guys, what's up? Happy Wealth Wednesday. Let's talk about how an elevated money plan can be as painful as my son's track second day of track practice. And for those of you who actually follow me on Facebook, I actually just started talking about this on my timeline. Like, yeah, please pray for me because I signed my son up for to be on the track team. And today was the second day of practice, and I went in to pick him up, and I really didn't know where he was. And then next thing you know, there was a few boys that were running down the hall, and then he was like at the end of the line, but he was keeping up with them. And I thought, like, I instantly had like a mom thing that came up of like, um, almost like fear or just like nervousness because he's not a very athletic kid, right? Like he goes to gym class, but that's like where it ends. He's definitely an all 100% gamer. That's his thing. Like that's what he's like really excellent at. So seeing that they had him running long distance versus like sprinting or hurdles or things like that, it really made me nervous. And the look on his face was like, I want to give up, but he was actually keeping up. And I immediately, the financial coach in me was like, oh my goodness, this is exactly what is happening with my clients when they start elevating their current money plan into something different, right? They start working with me, and that nervousness that comes up, right? Or the embarrassment of, well, I really feel like I should already be pretty good at this, and now you're showing me some new strategies. We're shifting my mindset. I'm thinking differently about my money. And now it's making me very nervous and it's a little painful, right? That transition into doing something different than what you've always been doing is painful. And that's exactly what's happening with my son right now. I'm going to use these analogies because it's like really is what happens with the clients who start working with me. And then what's happening with my son today, like his legs are like super sore. He like as soon as we got in the house, he got in the bed, like got his Gatorade, got in the bed, and he's like, I'm done, right? It's over. I want no parts of anything else for the rest of the night. And fingers crossed he goes to practice tomorrow because he definitely has to stick with it, right? In order to build that endurance, in order to get better, right? In order for his body to adjust to this transition and this change in his daily routine and the way that he's using his body. And that's exactly what you when you are working with a financial coach or you're making changes to improve what you are doing with your money, you're going to also have those same painful moments, right? It's going to be difficult if you're someone who really doesn't like saving, right? And you start saving, it may be a little challenging at first to stick with it and not find a reason to go and get that money out of your savings account. Or it may be difficult to really focus on a long-term goal because you lose your momentum usually, right? There's things that pop up or you feel like, you know what, I'm never, this is never going to be possible for me, so why am I even trying, right? You haven't had that full mindset shift to say like, okay, I'm focused on the big goals and the short goals, right? Short-term goals. And now I also need to start shifting my mindset so that I don't give up on those long term goals, right? So, yes, it can be painful, it can be challenging, but the reward is so much greater. So, I want you to think about that if you are in that space where you're wanting, right? Or you're starting to do some different things with your money and think about the long term. Think about the growth mindset that needs to happen. Think about how it, yes, it is going to be painful day two, right? Day three, week one, week two, right? But as you get into the flow, you get into the rhythm, your muscles, right? Your money muscles are going to get used to it, right? You're not, it's not going to be as sore, right? When you get into that flow, and then pretty soon you'll be like just floating, like just running with not even thinking about where you started a few months ago or a few weeks ago or a few days ago, right? So guys, remember that it's okay if you're having those money growing pains, because eventually those pains will go away and it will start feeling really rewarding once you get towards the end of the finish line. So yeah. Oh, and the other thing is, I always forget this, but masterclass March 30th. If you have not already registered, get registered as soon as possible, for 5 easy under your nose ways to multiply your money. Because if you're making that additional income, and even if you have been at the same income for the last year, you're probably wondering, where is your money going? What things can you be doing with your money so that you are growing it? And this is the masterclass that you can learn some ways to do that. So join me March 30th. The link is she'sthebudgetguru.com slash spring clean, and then you can get registered. But guys, have an awesome evening. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Later.